Let me teach you how to get rid of this nightmare for good. Insulin. There are 3 factors about your food that influence how much insulin you make. The type of food, the size of food, and the time of food. Number 1, the type of food. Do this. Sort your food into 3 categories: carbohydrates, protein, and fat. Of these 3 categories, the type of food that squeezes the most insulin out of your pancreas is carbohydrates. Yes, carbohydrates cause the fastest and most robust amount of production of insulin. Protein comes in second with a slower amount of insulin and not quite as high of a peak. Swallow fat, and your rise in insulin is the slowest and least abundant. So if you're trying to produce less insulin, stop eating carbs, eat a sparse amount of protein, and eat mostly fat. Oh, that's the keto diet. Number 2 is the size of your food. Specifically, I'm talking about the particle sizes within your food. If you grind up your carbohydrates, protein, or fat, all of them stimulate insulin. What's a pulverized carb? Flour, cornbread, sugar, especially the powdered kind. Patients with insulin resistance are already overproducing this hormone. Those protein shakes are not doing them any favors. If you crush or grind your protein into a powder and then blend it into a protein shake, you're going to stimulate your insulin as much as a handful of carbs. If you pulverize your fat, it will stimulate insulin. Foods made from coconut or almond flour, the label says that it's low carb, high fat, and high protein, but your body will still produce the insulin, and that insulin will be high for hours if you're insulin resistant. Remove processed carbs from your menu. Chew your protein, chew your fat. You cannot chew your food into the tiny particles found in that processed food. Number 3, time your food. Our pineal gland detects the rise in the sun. It's hardwired into our existence. Sunrise signals our body to release stored glucose through our circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm causes a bump in glucose every morning to give our body some fuel for the first moments of the day. If you're insulin resistant, you top the charts. You, along with diabetics, produce the highest blood sugars of all. The high blood sugars squeezes your pancreas for insulin, and you never even swallowed a bite. That is a dirty trick if you're trying to reverse things. It's true, you can't get away from that rise in insulin. It's linked to the rise in the sun. What you do have control over is the time you eat.